what is your best advice, or just there are probably many things that are going to be running in your head now, but what's a good advice that you would give to another CEO that might be an SEO, small business, bigger business? I'm not sure who's listening now. There are many people listening. So what would be your advice to be more efficient, to have a better life during that, to stay sane, to have fun during the process of being a CEO and building a better business? Like, I know it's a big question, but what would you say?
All right, so you surprised me with that one. Not that I'm such a good CEO, right? So I don't want so people get my but I think two major points. One is to understand not your business but your industry, right? So familiar and understand your industry. Meaning, I'm in the freight forwarding world. We providing a logistics service for Amazon sellers. So you have to live this world, right? You have to live the logistics. You have to have conversation with Amazon sellers to understand what they are looking for, what you can do better as a freight forwarder, and to be involved in the industry in general. This is one. And this is, I can say about my industry, but everybody has his own business and is working on and other industries, but I think the same. And the second one is to invest in human resource, meaning the staff member working on your company, rather if they are VA or Israelis or Americans or Chinese or whoever. Invest on your staff member. Do not settle with taking, I don't know, staff member with lower salary just to save some cost. Better to pay a bit higher, but to find the right people, because eventually as a CEO, your role is to direct the company to wherever you think, but the people who will do it is your staff members. So they I'm a big basketball fan.
I know.
And there is one of the biggest player ever is Shaquille O'Neal. And he said once, and he's very good in business as well, and he said once, listen, every staff member I'm taking must be better than me in what I'm acquiring. So maybe I know operation, maybe I'm good in, I don't know, marketing, maybe whatever you're good at, but if you are hiring a staff member, so he should be better than you in what you are acquiring. So this is another tip I can give in that regard.
Pretty cool, man. So 2 tips, and like the one you're saying is like get out of your bubble, so to say, and you want to be an explorer of the whole industry, not only your little part of it. Which, for example, for me, let's say as an Amazon seller, I can be a PPC expert. I can really feel that I'm good in that, but I need to also understand that I need to understand the logistics. I need to understand product development.
Also to understand the changes by Amazon. Like if you think, listen, I was a good seller in 2018 or 2016, and there is a lot of stories about it.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you're going to be a good seller in 2022, because the changes implemented by Amazon is crazy throughout all being a seller, right? So if you say to yourself, I was a good seller in 2016, what can I learn new that I don't know? A lot of things. So be always open-minded to your surrounding and to your industry.
Yes. And of course, as you mentioned, building a strong team, CEO is sort of the entrepreneur, not the technician. I'm reading now the book, The E-Myth Revisited, I think it's called, by Gerber. I don't know if you read it. It's a good book. There's like, maybe in your head or in my head, we have many personalities. There's maybe the fat me and the thin me. Okay, the fat me says, okay, I want now the donut. And the thin me says, no, man, you just had a workout now. They are like conflicting, right? Yeah. And in the business owner, there's the entrepreneur, there's the manager, and there's the technician. The technician wants to work all the time. He's not interested in the vision of the entrepreneur. And the manager wants to manage it all, to have it all correctly done, should be systems in place. He doesn't want the entrepreneur's vision and all this. And the entrepreneur doesn't really care about the little things, like, he's interested in the big details, right? So the book is sort of trying to explain to you how you can navigate this better when you understand that there are these 3 types in you. And one of the things is, you mentioned the team. Okay, so the entrepreneur can delegate these thing to person that can be the technician. He can efficiently do the PPC, right? And the CEO or the entrepreneur, right? He needs to just play with this system. He needs to have the big vision to take everybody there and to give each one a role, and better than himself. There's someone that is better than himself in that, as you mentioned. And then things, at least from my point, as I see, I started hiring people last year, and with the help of my friend Barak Almog, that you also know, before that,
sure.
I was grinding with
great
my
guy.
Yes, he's a great fella, very interesting mind. Yeah, man, like just a few things from my, but thank you for sharing your tips, man. I think this is very interesting.